And good morning. It's Saturday, August the 10th, 2024, and I'm back at the Barnes Corner, South Shore Junction area of Bermuda, about to start my walk. I know that I had said in episode 7 that I would be resuming my walk from Horseshoe Bay, but I decided instead that I would start back here at Barnes Corner and go along the railway trail. Here's the beginning of the railway trail at Barnes Corner, Southampton, Bermuda. And as I've said a few times before, the railway in Bermuda was constructed and ran between the years 1931 and 1948. Not a very long time, but certainly my mom's time. And here we are. There's this area here is nice and cool and shaded. Has that Harry Potter feel about it. We've had that before up in another part of Southampton. I think that was in episode 7. But yeah, check this out. The overgrowth of the trees forming the umbrella. Very, very nice. And then you can see there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Here's some healthy looking philodendron vine, or elephant's ears as we also used to call it as kids. I like this. This is nice. This section of the trail. Okay, about to join the main road. Middle Road, back to Middle Road. That little part of the railway trail was only about, I don't know, maybe 200 yards at most. There's some of the homes in Southampton on Seymour Farm Road. Blue Water Guest Suites. I'm sure this is like an Airbnb type of accommodation, but they're right on the water side. Middle Road is here, and the coastline is on my left, about 50 yards away at the most. So they have a nice view of the Great Sound from here. There you go. You can see just a bit of it behind that palm tree. Here we go. The pylons, or remnants of the pylons, right here. I'm getting a little adventurous. I came off the main road, which is just down there. I dropped like maybe 4 feet so that I could get close-up shots of these pylons here. Yeah, I never even noticed these as I've driven along before. So you never know what you're missing when you're driving. This is a gigantic Chinese fan palm leaf blocking my way. Here we go. Safe and sound. Oh my goodness. This is a school bus stop which has been muralized, let's say. We often find this in the bus stops around Bermuda. Artists deciding to do them up. This is the Port Royal School bus stop. Port Royal is just behind here and up the street a little bit. And the railway continues up there. Across the street from here is the Southampton post office, and back there, the rooftops that you can see, that's part of the Port Royal School. Here we go. Railway trail. And another bench. They're just all over the place, these benches. I'm not knocking it. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. But I'm just surprised. Here we are, joining up with Middle Road again for a brief few seconds. There goes a car. We are literally parallel by about 6 feet with Middle Road at the moment. So the Middle Road continues down there where the cars are going, and the railway trail goes over here through this tunnel looking thing. According to this signpost, the design of the railway included 33 bridges and trestles which cross inlets and bays at 11 places. While none of the bridges remain, you will see their old plinths standing in the water as you walk the trail. The longest of two tunnels was 450 feet at Laurel Hill, which stands today, and the Richmond Tunnel cut under the old Parleville Gardens in Hamilton no longer exists, but if you follow Parleville Road down to Pittsbay Road, the southern tunnel portal stood where you now see the Harold Hayes Frith building. Interesting. And here's this tunnel. I have no idea what the length of this is, but my voice is definitely echoing, and it's long enough where they have it lit all day. Because I guess it would be kind of dark and spooky and scary if it didn't have the lights. Coming out of the tunnel into the light. One thing I'm noticing is that I'm not passing very many walkers this morning, maybe because it's Saturday morning and everyone's sleeping in. I have no idea, but they're scanty for sure. Well, here are one of those Public Works Department markers that we've been seeing along the railway trail, but this one does not have the distance from the distance to Somerset or the distance to Paget on it, so I don't know why not. I can hear the traffic down below on Middle Road, and through the trees I can even see the ocean, but it's pretty much not that picturesque along this section of the railway trail in Southampton. Here's our friendly neighborhood bench, and if I was to sit on this, I guess I could look out at the ocean over there and out to Dockyard. But I'm not going to sit. I'm going to continue walking. That's 5 Star Island right there. Finally got a little break in this railway trail. And here comes a runner. Morning! Just when I said I wasn't seeing anyone. It's hot, so I can understand why people are not out today. But yeah, got a little break in the in the railway trail where there's an opening and I can appreciate the view, which of course is beautiful. One thing I have to say, Bermuda is a beautiful place, for sure. And we have another bench. Oh, this one here. Ooh, in grateful memory of Eugene Carmichael, Bermuda end to end, founders, chair, and manager. Interesting. And it looks out over here, the Great Sound. I call everything the Great Sound. I know basically when I've been saying the Great Sound, at times it's the Little Sound, but this area of water that is inside of the dockyard Southampton space, I tend to just generally refer to it as the Great Sound. Hope that doesn't bother anybody. And we continue along the railway trail in Southampton East, I would say, the eastern part of Southampton. Oh gosh, these benches are killing me. Oh, okay, another end-to-end bench. 30th anniversary, May 6th, 2017. Cool. Maybe that's why I'm finding so many benches along the railway trail, because of the Bermuda end-to-end walking event that takes place annually. That gives walkers an opportunity to just take a break, because it is, some of them do middle to end, which is from Hamilton to Dockyard, and others do end to end, which is from St. George's to Dockyard. That's a long stretch. But look what we have here. One of the Public Works Department markers. Somerset, 5 miles away, and Paget, 5 miles away. Okay, here's a little note to myself and a note to you if you decide to come out and walk Bermuda's railway trails. Put on some mosquito repellent, because I'm getting bitten by bugs this morning, and I'm assuming it's the mosquitoes. They just love me. I can't really tell where I am right now because I haven't seen the middle road for a few minutes, so I don't know exactly what part of the middle road I'm adjacent to. I know I'm good, but I just like to have my bearings a bit better. Another opening, so I guess I have a little bit of a view. I think I'm getting close to the Jews Bay area. There's a catamaran coming in to the bay, and down there are some workmen, although I have no idea which house this might be. And on I continue. The railway trail, Southampton, Bermuda, the eastern side of the trail, the Southampton Trail. There's a lighthouse in the background. Private residence, and the railway trail continues. No, I'm not familiar with this. I thought I was coming onto a neighborhood that I knew, but I was wrong. I am not in that neighborhood at all. Check that bougainvillea at the entrance to Tamarind House. Beautiful. Now that I think about it, this part of the railway trail is going to bring me out onto Lighthouse Hill. No, not yes, Lighthouse Hill. It's going to bring me out to there. That's where I am. I was way off earlier, but it's all good. Yep. This is the railway trail, and we're ending right here on Lighthouse Hill. And then it continues right across there some more. Just checked my pedometer and I'm up to 3,273 steps this morning. So, hey, it's all good. Remember, the reason I'm doing all this walking, or this little project of walking from Dockyard to St. George's, is because my doctor is very concerned about my blood cholesterol level, my blood pressure, and my A1C. And so I needed to do something. Slow walking works for me. I can safely say that I have never walked this section of Bermuda's railway trail before. This is a first. Happy to be doing it with you. And here we have a view of the Southampton Princess Hotel on the north side. Yesterday, or the last time we were out walking, episode 7, I showed you the view from the south side. But this is now all Southampton Princess property that's fenced all in. Yeah, so the railway trail comes down to these steps. Obviously this is, I'm not sure if I'm on the original trail anymore, or if this is just a little way to connect back to the railway trail. But here we have these steps. I know I'm on the right course because this sign tells me that. And this road here leads up to the abandoned Southampton Princess Hotel. And yes, okay, that sign, railway trail, is pointing to that steep incline right there, which I'm not going to do today. I'm going to finish today's walk off here because there's a bus stop right at the... Oh, look, just missing the bus. Oh well, I'll go and wait. There's a bus stop there, and the middle road is right there, so that's what I'm going to do. Get back to the car and go back home. There's the bus stop that leads into Hamilton, and then for the westbound bus stop, we don't have a bus shelter. We just have that little... There goes my daughter in the car with the red top. That is so funny. Only in Bermuda. So I just called my daughter, who I captured driving into Hamilton as I was finishing up just a few minutes ago, and she's encouraged me to walk back rather than wait for the bus and get some extra steps in. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that and get a whole bunch of steps in today. It's not that far, actually. In the meantime, I'm down at, I don't even know what this bay is called, can't remember, but I'll put it up. I'll let you see it. This bay at the foot of the Southampton Princess Gate, or across the street from the Southampton Princess Gate. Yep. So I'm going to walk back to the car, which is parked at Barnes Corner. It really isn't that far, probably just a mile or something. but it always takes much longer with me trying to capture all kinds of video along the way. That's why I end up being out because now it's 10:25 and I think I left Barnes Corner at around just after 9. Also, to switch things up, I'm going to be walking back along the middle road. I'm not going back on the railway trail. This is the view from Middle Road of the houses on the cliff leading up to Gibbs Hill Lighthouse. So that's like the Lighthouse Hill residences. And up there somewhere is the railway trail that I just came off of. That is a pretty view. Walking west on Middle Road, Southampton. I've always thought this is a really cute house. Coral cliff. Right on the roadside, but just ever so cute. And there's that yellow alamander up top there. This is the house that I was looking over on when I was up on the tracks, and I said there were these guys down there working. This is the house from the Middle Road side. This is another view of Five Star Island from the Middle Road. I think the view from the railway trail was more interesting, but nevertheless you get to get two views of Five Star Island. So here we are, right back at the tunnel, getting close to our starting point. Whew. Yep, just came off Middle Road back onto the railway trail. And within a few steps I'm going to be at the Port Royal bus stop. So you know I am very close to starting point. Well, guess who's sitting on a bench? One of these many benches that are dotting the railway trail. I am. Because I just got a phone call and I said, well, hey, a bench is there. I can sit down and take the call. So it came in handy for me. Okay, so I am so close to my end point now. I'm feeling recharged. I mean, it was a good idea to walk back because now I'm well over 6,000 steps, and that is much better than just having 3,000 plus steps. So it's all good, thanks to my daughter who suggested it. Take a walk back, Mom. Another good thing about walking back is that you got two perspectives. Going east, I was on the railway trail, and coming back west, I was on the Middle Road. So I made a loop, and you got two perspectives of Bermuda's roadways in that one episode, episode number 8.